One of the most embarrassing and outrageous statements I have heard today is the confession from Sabauti Member of Parliament Caleb Hamisi that they just impeached Rigathi Gachagua because of directions. They received directions from Raila Odinga on Rigathi Gachagua impeachment. This statement is politically incriminating and I think I would really want us to pay attention to this political statement.
Sasa tunataka wakati tumetoa mmoja wake, mimi ni mmoja ambaye tulipiga kura ya yes ili Gachagua aende nyumbani. Sasa wale walikuwa wanakataa ati tusipige kura ya yes, ndio huyu alipiga, ndio huyu mmoja wao, ndio huyu amefika. Mimi niliuliza baba, sasa tunaenda kufanya vita za wengine? Sisi tulikuwa nataka hao wote waende nyumbani, wewe unatutuma kuenda kuingilia kwa vita za wengine? Baba akasema kama mlikuwa mnataka wote waende nyumbani na mmoja ndio huyu amejitokeza, simfukuza huyu kwanza rais, alafu tuandamane na huyu mwingine, kwa sababu wakiwa pamoja sio rahisi kuwapeleka, si ndio? Sasa tumetafuta mmoja tumepeleka, huyu mwingine achunge bwana, amebaki bila nguo, kila kitu, achunge sana. Sasa hiyo ndio kazi tulipewa na baba. Wale ambao mulikuwa mnasema wao kwa nini mnapiga Yesu, munisamee, nilifuata amri ya baba.
Because if you ask me, there is more than what catches the eye. There are so many questions that I want us to answer on this. But first, listen to Caleb Hamisi's statement. I said, very embarrassing. And it is very embarrassing at this moment. Something that I'm so curious about, and that you should also be curious about, is the Sabauti Member of Parliament comes from a constituency that is not affected whatsoever by Rigathi Gachagua impeachment in terms of the political, in terms of his politics there. I tend to believe that politicians from Mount Kenya are the ones that will struggle to defend their decisions. So Caleb Hamisi is playing into a political narrative. This narrative is shocking because, number one, is it difficult for the MPs to defend their decisions? When we said that the charges were flimsy and everything was just state, just being dragged by the state, some of you guys called us tribalists, or people who are not sensitive to the matter at hand. And I repeat, and I can't repeat that there were no charges, it was just a political mob justice. And that MP has actually confirmed what I'm saying. Why did they waste taxpayers' money to go for that public participation? Pretend to listen to Rigathi and all that process, while knowing that they're acting on directions from Raila Odinga. So that is the first, maybe, first observation I can make from it. Secondly, it is true, and I'm on record in this channel saying, it is indeed true that while people want to call Ruto the Grandmaster, I'm not seeing anything to celebrate in a president who uses state machinery to run his politics. And you want to come on table and say, I don't know, statecraft, uses Grandmaster. There is nothing like Grandmaster. There is no political magic that Ruto did. Impeaching Rigathi Gachagua was just an override of the statecraft. But it's what the deep state used. They used the deep state and the state machinery to remove Rigathi. But importantly, of importance to this context is this. For Ruto to have been able to impeach Rigathi, it was Raila MPs that were in the forefront. That is a fact we can't change. That is the truth. It is a fact we can't change. Raila MPs were in the forefront. And in fact, for you to marshal those numbers, you could not wish away the Azimio. In fact, apart from just the numbers in the House, in the public appeal, with both opposition MPs, the ODM, especially the ODM, merging to condemn Rigathi, they managed to convince a clique of their constituents that Rigathi was the enemy of the state. But do you think Raila would be comfortable if he is the person to carry the cross on Rigathi impeachment? I am making a political observation. Caleb Hamisi is a state gun for hire. This narrative is one that is being bolstered and being pushed by William Ruto's handlers so that Mount Kenya and those who are supporting Rigathi Gachagua fail to see Ruto's viciousness in it and burden Raila Odinga with it. Raila Odinga was a contributor on Rigathi Gachagua impeachment, but the initiator, the financier, the crafter, and the bulldozer of it was William Samoei Arap Ruto. But someone wants to tell the country that, oh, it was not Ruto, it was Raila. I think we really need to draw that line. And again, some observation you can make from Caleb Hamisi's statement is that Parliament is controlled by Ruto. Now, there is something I've realized, and probably if you're a keen political observer, you will know, will actually confess that ODM is struggling to agree with this issue of broad-based government. ODM is struggling. I have seen the president is back on the campaign trail. Yes, he's back on the campaign trail. He started now going to churches. And today, he attended a church service in Kibera African Divine Church. That place, it was Kibera. So it was Raila Odinga's, Kibera is within the city, is Raila Odinga's backyard. I made an observation that while they were there, I saw some people that were the president, some politicians that were with the president, Sakaja and Susan Kihika. I still don't understand why we had to pick Susan Kihika to go and attend that church service with the president in Kibera. Maybe I don't get. If you listen to her speech, not something keen. But the president is back on campaign trail. Now, they chose Kibera. If you look at the church service, you can see even Musalia Mudavadi was there. And it's a line, it's like politically targeting, looking at the Luhya community and the western wing in Nairobi. One thing with that church service in Nairobi today, for the last 2 Sundays, the president has been attending churches in the high end. The AIC, APCA, AIC in Milimani, and he's been attending the churches in the high end areas. But they decided now to go to the ground. Wameweza kuvaa hizo caps so that they can, they can camouflage. And the president is saying something there that after the Rigathi impeachment, now times for politics is over. Lakini sometimes politicians are hypocrites. A president who was elected 2 years ago just recently engaged in changing his deputy. And after changing his deputy, is telling the country that, you know, politics has ended, now let's continue the work. Even part of Rigathi's impeachment was not supposed to be, the country was not even supposed to be occupied by that. But you can see the level of manipulation that was going on there. Now today, in that in that church service, Lilian Gogo, Rangwe Member of Parliament, confronted the president live, telling her that the Shah is not working and is not helping Kenyans.
Mungu abariki.
Thank you so much, Holy Bishop, our President, and I mean our President, the President of the Republic of Kenya. Daktari, kuna kitu Roho ameweka ndani mwangu. And I'm not going to speak as a member of Rangwe constituency, but I'm going to speak, Honorable President, as a servant of the Most High God. Niseme, nisiseme. Mtukufu Rais, I plead with you, the friend of Raila Amolo Odinga. God gave you Solomonic wisdom to make the decisions that you made there. I'm asking you, Echi, change of policy, frequent change of policy from NHIF to SHIF to SHA, inaumiza wa mama. My dear friend, I have no other forum to tell you this. Echi, I have no other. Daktari, I have no other forum to tell you this. Number two, Daktari, kuna walimu wanakuwa trained and they retire without joining the force. Tafadhali, rafiki ya Raila, look at this. There are so many teachers outside there, Your Excellency, who are only depending on you. And you have veto powers on law, my dear friend. Tafadhali, of the 46,000 teachers, Rangwe was only given 15. Wakikuja, sijui ni wafanye nini. Na pia sitaki kuleta maneno kwa sababu saizi it is broadest government. So ni hayo mawili tu, my brother. Na Mungu akikujalia, shikilia hii kanisa yenye umeshikilia. God bless you.
Asante sana. Asante. Haya, tumpigeni makofi. Unajua sikuwa nimemuita, lakini roho ilimuita.
That SHA is a new policy. The new government health insurance scheme that was just launched recently. The president has been trying, William Ruto has been trying to market it and try to convince the country that it is the best thing, it has worked, and so the country should actually take it. So I believe that the statement from Rangwe was least expected from her as a person from the broad-based. I know there is the psychology of the crowd. Sometimes when politicians get to the microphone, they want to be heard and they want jubilation. But from her speech, she was so intentional about it. And there is a possibility that that was also choreographed by her circle, by the ODM circle, so that they send a message to William Ruto. Is ODM feeling betrayed? I wish they are feeling betrayed. There have been meetings that Raila's MPs, ODM MPs, have been holding confidential meetings on what exactly is broad-based entailed of. You will appreciate the fact that ODM, the President Ruto, is talking about broad-based. But Raila's side, or rather Raila, is not talking about that broad-based. Not even Raila's MPs. They're a bit mum on that issue of broad-based. And you may wonder, do we even have broad-based or it is just William Ruto's thing? Opondo Kaluma was recently seen supporting, of course, moving around the presidential jet. And some analysts say that Opondo Kaluma is just strategizing to get something from the Mbadi docket. If broad-based administration is what Opondo Kaluma said in Moiben last Sunday, then I can tell you that with no measurable, with serious consideration, ODM is not going anywhere with William Ruto. It's not going to change anything. The reports that Raila Odinga's health is unstable and was flown out of the country to a European nation where he's been receiving treatment, even though other conflicting reports say that it is the brother of Oduor who was there. But I think that is just part of twisting. They've been saying that Raila is out and Raila could be on his way to Europe with some unconfirmed report. But what the ODM MPs have been doing is they've been trying to sell Ruto in Nyanza because Raila is making a political exit. If he fails to vie in 2027 for presidency, which is most likely the scenario, that will be the point he bows out of the political scene and leave political orphans. So because MPs like riding on the presidential ticket euphoria, they're trying to coalesce around Ruto so that they can sell Ruto in Nyanza and sell Ruto agenda so that when it comes to 2027, they can use the Ruto ticket. Go, according to me, is sending a message. ODM is feeling the pressure. Now, if you want to think, if you think what Gogo said is just for the sake of it, you will appreciate that ODM is very lethal. If they were feeling bad of what Gogo had said, you would have seen them all over in Twitter, Facebook, hitting her, saying she's sabotaging the president, this and that. But looking at this, ODM is making a U-turn on Ruto. And this is the stake on table. Why things are not really moving on smooth. Regarding impeachment, seem to have had some unmet pledges. Oh, I wish I'm wrong. I kept on asking throughout that process, what is in it for ODM? When it was time to pick the deputy president, there were allegations that Raila had fronted the name of, I don't know, Gladys Wanga. Then it came another plan to fill the position of the Interior Cabinet Secretary. There's another allegation of Nani had been picked, that Junet had been picked. That was also declined. That was also not the time. At the same time, there was another narrative that there was a plan to impeach Moses Wetangula so that Otiende Amolo is given the position of the speaker. we may not have full details of what ODM was supposed to get, what Raila was supposed to get. But looking at the conduct and how they are ranting, they're not owning up, because what will Ruto want? What Ruto will actually want at this point is MPs going in public and defending their decisions before Wanjiku, that they made the right decision because Rigathi was doing this and that. That is the kind of language that the president would want at this time. So there could be some promises that were made and they were not met. Secondly, ODM is realizing one thing, that their constituents do not buy that broad-based shenanigan. What is it? I've always been asking, what is that broad-based thing? I don't know. What exactly is its significant impact qua ground? What has changed? If there's some stalled projects, those projects are still stalled. They've been given CS treasury. So what has changed in Homa Bay? What has changed in my tiny village in Siaya? What has changed in Kisumu? You know, so the constituents doesn't buy it. Because at the end of the day, you also need to realize that William Ruto has been part of the political circle that has been associated with the violation of human rights, which has been a strong, and the ODM constituency has been a strong defender of the human rights. And lastly, some MPs are feeling Raila existing the stage and will be probably joining the rebel camp. Yeah. Maybe Google has realized that everyone is singing Ruto Ruto blindly, and so she wants to assert to get her position and probably just make a point. Ladies and gentlemen, that is my take. Thank you. It's Penina Nyambura. This was huyu ndio shosh, alikuwa peke yake, and let me just tell you how we provided solutions there. Huyu shamba alikuwa naisha alipewa, yes, they were given those allotment letters. But apparently nyumba alijengewa ilishanguka. So the grandchildren ndio walikuwa nyumba zao zilikuwa ziko hapo. So she was just using a makeshift structure. Now what would happen is when the grandchildren come, alisema she feels unsafe or she feels like anawafinyilia. Now she has to leave and go back to that kitchen, which is now the house in ilikuwa imejengewa. So this house we built for Nyambura, she will use it alone, peke yake, and she was very happy. And may God bless you. Now, that is Penina Nyambura. This other one is Alice Kamande. But then apparently Alice akona watoto 6, she told us. Kona watoto 6. Some, there is only one, yule mwenye meona pale, tulikuwa na yeye. I think I showed her in the video. But the others awako there, and what she could not directly say, but we also gathered kwamba alcohol and illicit brew, it's a big problem. So she's also gotten that place. Malikuwa nalala ni kwa nyumba kingine kadogo ya mbao, and it was also destroyed. So she's got another one, and then the last one is Mzee Njuguna Munyu. Yeah, Njuguna Munyu. This one here. Yeye pia anaishi peke yake actually in that home. Yes, anaishi peke yake. And he was telling me yeye ndiye alikuwa ananiambia hana choo. Yeah, so I tried telling some people there, nimeona huko wameweka stima. At least the local community sasa wale ambao the MCA there, they are trying to get contact awajenge mzee show. Ajenge mzee choo. Yeah, na pia ikewe maji, so that mzee apate usaidizi. But if one of you will be willing, I can be able to directly link you so that mnaweza jengea mzee choo. Yeah, hiyo ndio shida pekee sasa yanabaki nayo. But of the house, he's gotten a house. And thank you, we've made an impact. That for sure, guys, I can tell you, we've really made good impact. If you want to partner with Granny Care in future, the number is there. And I want to tell you, Granny Care is the symbolic, the flagship project of the Bold Network. God willing, we are going to register it to a full foundation. We are in that process. But Granny Care is our project now. So this is a project that will move across different counties. We've done Kilifi, we've been to Kisumu, Now we're in Nyandarua, we will go somewhere else. But if you want to partner with us and know more about, contact us and you can continue supporting. Hata kama unataka kujenga ingine ya Kilifi uliona, you can still reach out, you can still link and build another one if you want to support someone else. And now that is the problem.